Hey, this is Randy from Lamb of God, and you're listening to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience with Chris.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is your host, Chris. We have a returning guest on the show. We have Randy Blythe, the vocalist of Lamb of God. What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm all right, chilling. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I mean, the last time we got to talk was back in 2015 when Sturm Drain came out, and I went to your book signing, so that was a lot of fun. And I appreciate you taking the time out to. I think you were having dinner to talk to me back then, so I just want to say thank you again for that.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
And now we get to talk about your latest release, Lamb of God, your self-titled album. It drops June 19th. It was originally supposed to be back in May, I believe, and it got pushed back due to circumstances. How has pushing the album back helped you out?
It helped me out personally. It hasn't. It's a pain in the butt. It's just like, everybody's like, I mean, most of the fans were very understanding, but it's you set a date and you're looking forward to it, and then it gets moved, and it's just frustrating. But how has it helped us out? I mean, I think basically the reason why I got pushed back is because, physical retailers and even Amazon, who was delivering stuff, I don't think people understand this. We're not taking shipments for a while, so we could have said, okay, the album is going to come out on May 8th and everybody pre-ordered it through whatever. I think we could have fulfilled some from our website because we had some, but the other retailers, like you pre-order albums on Amazon and you can get them in stores and stuff, they wouldn't have them, so we had to wait until the various states and so forth started reopening in phase 1 or whatever. A lot of the stuff people were ordering and arrived during this was stuff that the distributors already had. They didn't have our stuff yet. So it helped us out by people actually being able to have the album that they ordered instead of us just saying, pre-order now and you'll get it whenever.
I know there was some talk about like people just digitally releasing albums. I'm pretty sure Josh had talked about that on his show. Ultimately, he ended up not doing the digital release. Was that ever an option for you guys?
Well, here's the deal. Lamb of God does not release records. Sony Epic releases records. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we signed this thing called a contract with them many years ago for a certain amount of records. And they give you a loan to make an album. So one of the ways they make their money back, not that, the recoupment rate is very fair to artists. I don't think in general, but they make their money back, their budget from album sales. So an independent band, it'd be no problem. You can release your album however you want because you're in control of when it comes out. With a record label, it's a whole different ball of wax. So the record label, I mean, they're a business. They want to make their money back, and I can't say I blame them. That's just business. So I think independently, if people release things digitally, it's a little bit of a different scene. But we still have one more record, I believe, under contract to Sony Epic. It's amazing they haven't dropped us yet because we haven't given them a Britney Spears sized hit or whatever. Not one.
I mean, they would never drop you guys. You guys are leading band in metal right now. You guys are you guys get quote unquote called the legacy bands of metal, so they would not drop you.
Yeah, I guess we've graduated to legacy. Someone hand me the Ben Gay, my knees hurt.
That's great. So talking about naming the album, you dropped it as a self-titled. What led you guys to decide to release it as a self-titled album?
We ran out of ideas.
All right, simple.
I mean, it's not the first time we've thought about calling a record just Lamb of God. It's come up for the last 2 or 3 albums, and it's just been like, we could, but no. And this time it was very easy. There was not a lot of discussion about it at all. Super easy. We were in Mark Morton's garage in pre-production, and someone, I think it was Mark, said, we should just call this one Lamb of God finally. And I think everybody said, okay. And that was about it. Not a big complex discussion about it. No huge deeper meaning. I don't think people maybe draw that kind of stuff out afterwards. But it was really easy, as I recall. Of course, everybody has a different perspective, but that I can only give you mine.
Well, yeah, you see so many things online of people coming up with their theories about like why it's called this, why it's called that. But I love their approach. You guys are just like, it worked.
Yeah, it works. It works. It feels, and that's kind of the way things are for us as a band right now. When things work, we do them, and that's part of being a band for so long and trying to learn to get along and work with each other creatively, because we're a bunch of pretty strong-willed dudes. I think we've all just argued all the fight out of each other. So it's just like, oh, someone's got a cool idea. Great. We'll go with it.
Well, speaking of things working correctly or working well for you guys worked with Josh Wilbur since 2009's Wrath. What dirt does he have on you guys so that you keep going back to him?
What dirt does he have? Yeah. I can't tell you that, man. That'll get, I'm not sure the statute of limitations is up yet. Josh is our buddy, and he's more than just like our producer. I'm not saying he's the only guy that will ever produce Lamb of God, because I don't have a crystal ball and I like to leave everything open, but he's kind of like the sixth member of Lamb of God. We value his input, and sonically he's a beast, and he has a lot of stuff that could result in us being publicly disgraced, so we got to stick with him.
Of course. Working how many weeks together, writing, recording, mixing, he definitely has something on you guys.
Oh yeah. He really is my friend too,
Of
so
course,
it's like, yeah. we talk all the time, so it's not just like only during Lamb of God stuff. He's our homie.
Was there ever a track that he pushed you guys to go in a certain direction, or he encouraged you guys to try something different with?
Sure. He's a producer. That's what good producers do. That's why you hire a producer, because you're so close to your own material that you lose focus sometimes. And Josh and I have normally once a record we'll have a blow up, where we'll yell at each other, and then we get over it really quickly. But there was one on this record. He did not like something that I liked, and I was like, I want it this way, and he's like, but, and we yelled at each other for a minute and then got over it.
What track was that?
I can't remember. It's not that important, really.
Okay. No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's so like in the past that I kind of forgot it. But yeah, that kind of thing happens at least once a record. So yeah, every now and then it'll get a little antagonistic, because he's opinionated too, and we pay him for that. We don't pay him to sit there and go, this is great, guys. I'm just going to press play. We pay him to be critical, and I think that's a reason why he's stuck around, because he is critical, and we trust his judgment. That doesn't mean we're always going to take his suggestions at all. Yeah. But we're open to them.
Well, you both want the same thing. You guys want a quality product that you all put your heart and soul into.
Yeah, we have a saying in Lamb of God, better is better.
Yeah,
So let's make it better. And that's also, as you get older and you work together in a band longer and longer and longer, you kind of hopefully learn to shelve the ego a little bit, and my way or the highway kind of stuff, because we're all really strong-willed, once again. And we often say it, better is better, better is better, better is better. And it kind of makes you check yourself,
Especially with you guys being in the game for so long, you guys definitely know how it works.
Yeah, for sure.
So another segment I have on my show is called the Random Silly Question segment. I ask you 3 random questions, and they could be short and sweet. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
All right. Question number 1. What's your favorite song to sing in the shower?
I don't sing in the shower.
Really?
No, man, I don't sing in the shower.
What about screaming in the shower?
I don't scream, period, unless you're paying me.
Oh, okay.
I got to take care of my angelic voice.
Of course.
I mean, what I sing all the time though to myself. I do not sing in the shower. I don't know if that makes me a faulty vocalist or human being. I'm just not a shower singing guy, but I sing stuff all the freaking time to myself. And normally I do not sing things like, I don't sit around and like my favorite band, right? It's the Bad Brains. I don't sit around and just a lot of the times just sing a Bad Brains song. I make up my own songs, normally about whatever doofiness I'm getting into today. Like I'll sing in the grocery store to myself if I'm going to go get eggs. Yeah, it's egg buying time, baby. Just something stupid. I don't know. I'm an idiot. So
maybe we can get a nice little B-side album of that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. What was the best tour prank you've been a part of or witnessed while on tour?
The best tour prank. Oh, man, there have been some good ones. I would just say on the last run we did with Slayer that Amon Amarth was on, they on one of the last shows, I believe it was up in Connecticut or New Hampshire, somewhere up in New England, Amon Amarth or Viking Metal, and they had this giant ship, on stage. And they, go up there and the guitar players will do solos up there and the singer will be on the stage. So the rest of the tour, like Slayer and Anthrax and us, we all dressed up in like fishermen's outfits and had fishing poles or pirate outfits. So during one of their songs, we stormed the stage, like 50 of us, and took their giant ship by force. and just raided them and we're like, I had a fishing pole. Somebody went to Walmart, we got fishing poles and was, fishing off the stage. It's silly stuff, Oh,
that's awesome. There's probably a video of that somewhere online too.
There is definitely video and photos of it online.
That's cool.
We were rowing. It was pretty freaking funny. And the object of a good tour prank, of course, is to make the band who's playing completely unable to concentrate on playing their song. And it was pretty funny. They were laughing pretty hard,
Man, I gotta check it out after this. But
yeah,
right.
look it up.
Final question right now. Sadly, bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, they will no longer be around, and obviously you guys as well, Lamb of God. So what is the next band do you think will take the torch and be another legacy band?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't think I don't know if Metallica's going anywhere. I think you're starting with a faulty supposition. I don't know if Iron Maiden's going anywhere, and we aren't going anywhere. I mean, we got another good while in us.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. I like being proved wrong.
Yeah, I don't think. I really don't think Metallica's going anywhere, bro. I don't. I think they're kind of eternal. It's what they do, and eventually we'll all stop. Yes, eventually, when I can no longer do what I need to do live, which is physically exhausting, and nobody wants to see me stand up there like a lounge singer. I'm not that pretty, so I got to be a maniac, and I don't know when that day will come. But when that comes, yeah, I mean, bands that I really, I don't know who would be one of the next legacy bands. I mean, I love Gojira. They've gotten really, they just get better and better and better. But they're not that much not that much younger than us, I don't think. They've been doing it a good long while. So I have no idea. I have zero clue. I will say I don't think there's ever going to be any more like Metallicas or Maidens or, because like it was a different time and there was a whole lot less music then, and these were kind of like progenitors of the type of music we play. And there weren't that many of them. So a few bands really stood out. Now there's a bazillion freaking bands.
Yeah. It's hard to reinvent something too.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I think the music scene is really big, which is good, but it's also problematic particularly for younger bands trying to make it, because you have to work twice as hard in just an ocean of music.
Yes, no, I agree with that. Every time I turn on my email, I have like 10 new bands, 10 new albums to listen to.
Didn't used to be that way, I can tell you that much.
Oh, I'm for sure. But that was the Random Silly Question segment. Hope you enjoyed that. That was fun for me. Well, Randy, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this. I greatly appreciate this. And are there any upcoming events or anything that we should be looking forward to?
Not that I know of. Everything's canceled, bro.
Okay.
Tell me.
I can't wait for that Megadeth Trivium and Flame Store to come back. I mean, I know it's postponed right now, I think. You guys actually didn't cancel it, right?
No, we haven't canceled anything. Things have been postponed, though.
Okay. That's
not much we can do.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you so much for doing this, and have a great rest of your day.
You too.